What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Show of hands out there. Who crapped their pants? Who thought that we were going lower? I want to know. I want to know. Raise your hands. It's okay if you did, right? I was a little bit curious. I didn't doubt it. I'll tell you what, though. The daily time frame was the only thing that made me think we could go lower, but the 4 hour is what gave me the conviction that we don't. Higher lows, lower lows here, bouncing off the 50. Yeah, moving down without volume. You're in this overall very clear consolidation phase at the top here, and volume is just absent. So what? This was an attempt here that got no follow through. So what? We're still finding support at higher lows, and we're cooling off in the RSI. We're still super bullish on the 4 hour, you guys. I meant it when I said it. Even though yesterday, whenever I made my last video on Cookie, we were basically at the top here. We were at the top, not basically. We were at 20 cents or more. I remember on the video. And in all fairness, that would have been a good opportunity wherever it was it had to have been here or higher. I mean, from there to the low, Cookie DAO. How much is that? I'm sorry, I thought I had my magnet on. It's about a 14% drop. That's a tradable opportunity. We could have sold, bought back in, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I'm not going to mess with it when we're in that opportunity of breaking out. I wasn't kidding whenever I said it yesterday. The move is not done here, right? Might be consolidating, but it's not done here. I very much do believe we're going to go higher, and I'll share why I'm convicted, why I believe that we will go to higher prices, and I'll even tell you guys at the end of the video. At the end, you got to watch the whole thing, or just click to the end of the video. It's probably gonna be the last minute of the video. I like to ramble, maybe the last 5 minutes. But I'll tell you guys where my sell orders are. That's what I'll tell you. But please watch the whole video. It helps push the content. You know, hitting the like button is great, but you guys, retention time. Even if you're like at work or you're doing something or you're doing something, you're not trying to be on your phone. Just let it run. Put it on silent. Let it run in your pocket, man. Give me those watch time hours, baby. It helps push the content more than anything. It really does. But the likes and the comments help too. But anyways, I don't really care. I mean, I do care. I want more people to see this. The more people that are aware of Cookie below 20 cents, the more people can get a 10x by the time it reaches $2, a 20x by the time it reaches $4, and it might reach $4 literally by the end of June, if not early July. It might literally hit that. So 20x potential is still on the table. So I want a lot of people to see that, but I digress. Beyond my own vanity here, what was it that I wanted to say? Oh yes, the reason why I think we're going to go higher. What's got me convicted? I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but whatever, man. It was a good tradable opportunity. We didn't take it, but whatever. You can't win them all. Oh, that's what it was. I'm not going to take a tradable opportunity when it looks like we're breaking out. Right? It looks like sure, this would have been a tradable opportunity, but who has the balls to sell right here when it looks like we're about to complete the thought? We look at the daily time frame here. We go from the high here on the 10th of January to the low here on the 7th of April. The high was at 84 cents, the low is at 7 cents, right? We are peaking above the 382. We're consolidating around here. What we did was we closed above it one day, which is very bullish, closed below it the next day, which is suggested that we could go down. But then the very following day we closed above it. This behavior is typical when working your way up to the 0.5 or higher, okay? 24.3 cents, even all the way up to 32 cents. Anything and everything in between is free game, you guys. What do I mean by free game? I mean that the 0.5, it's a perfectly fine area. We might stop right there at 24.3 cents. It might be perfect. Perhaps we go a little bit higher. Why might we go higher? Well, we've got wicks up here. Maybe we go right here where this closing low was, right there at 25 cents. Maybe. Perhaps what we do is we say screw that and we rip all the way through to the golden ratio. It's times like this where you consolidate like this that you do see that. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It wouldn't surprise me that if and when we get here, if this were to happen, I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to go here? Are we going to go here? I don't know. But if we get here, this would definitely provide resistance. This could provide resistance, but this definitely will provide resistance if we get there on this attempt. Now, if we go up like this, we find resistance at the 0.5, we start to consolidate in this area here, and then we move up, we probably do move through the golden ratio, won't find resistance, right? So it's not a guaranteed resistance point always, just from the standpoint that we're in right now, it wouldn't surprise me if we found resistance there, right? If we saw something like that. I'm personally not anticipating that we go here, but it could happen. We do have a little bit of a reason to go here, but I feel like we have a lot more of a reason to find resistance right here at the 0.5. So that's my expectation personally. Also, we're pretty overbought on the RSI here. If we move up another, what would that be from the current price? I mean, that's another 30% on a daily basis if we're like closing up here. I mean, yeah, I think that we'd be up at these areas here in the RSI that we normally find resistance at, that we found resistance at before. That'd probably be enough to get us up there. Hold on. That'd be enough to get us up there, and I think we would find resistance. Now the thing is, just because we find resistance doesn't mean we're done moving. We could consolidate a little bit and still push higher. So I'll hold your hand. I'll let you know what my thoughts are. As far as we're going. But if we do get up here, we find resistance in the RSI here, and we are consolidating to go higher. You know where that next zone will be, right? It'll definitely be there. And I feel like that might be confusing. So let me reiterate real quick. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we move up here and we consolidate a little bit, we'll move up here. But if we move up here and we consolidate like this, we will probably not stop here. We'll probably go higher. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's not so cut and dry. But I don't really know how else to phrase it. Okay, so the daily RSI looks super bullish. The 4-hour RSI looks super bullish. It's ready to go. The 1-hour RSI cooled way the hell off. You've got higher lows here, lower lows in the RSI. Super bullish, super bullish. Getting overbought, not getting oversold, bouncing in the same area. Bullish as hell, you guys. Super bullish. Um, I guess now is a good point in time to talk about where I'm selling. All right, where I'm going to put the sell orders at. So not where I'm going to, where they are right now. I actually went through and I spent a lot of time. I spent some time going through, because you can't just put a sell order up and be a sell wall, right? You don't want to put like, not saying that I have like $1 million worth of cookie, but if I did, you wouldn't want to put that whole $1 million at a sell order at one price. You'll never get hit. There will be people who put their money before then, right? You'll never get hit. You'll just be, I mean, maybe you'll get hit if we're really breaking through, but you'll never get hit. If you want to sell, you got to disperse it. You got to layer it out, right? So I spent some time layering out my orders between about, I think my lowest sell order is like 23.8 cents, somewhere around there. My highest sell order is 25.6 cents. Right around these highs here, something like that, and then I'm just layered in between there. That's what I've got right now. So that's the zone I'm waiting for. I do not have all of my cookie DAO for sale. That's for sale. That's not what's happening. I'm just selling the amount that I want to trade with. Um, and the reason why I'm not selling all my cookie DAO is because if it continues to run, we want that cookie. We don't want it to get away from us, right? It's an ever elusive thing. On the bright side here, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but let's say this happens, okay? So this is a very forgiving moment. It's a very low risk moment here where you'll have an opportunity, right? You might have an opportunity taken away from you, but you'll still have the same opportunity that you always had. I'll make sense of this in a second, okay? So if you sell here, let's say you sell here, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, you're selling at this green line, right below it, right above it, whatever, just in this general area, you sell here. If the price continues to run, I'm very convinced that we would stop here. We would not continue higher. And if we stop here, a very common thing to do, the minimum requirement would be to pull back to the 0.5 and then move up. If not, down to the 382 or somewhere in this zone, right? So effectively what I'm saying is, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you sell here and you're wrong, you'll still have another opportunity if you're patient to buy back at the same price you sold, if not even buy back at lower prices. So, and then if you're right, if it does find resistance here like it did before, and you bounce off the 0.5, come down to the 382 like you did before back here, maybe you just play a little. I think that this range here is very telling of what's going to happen. I just think it's going to be lesser of a range. Here we spent, from February 10th until March 4th, we spent about a month consolidating. I think here we'll spend like 2 weeks consolidating, if not like a week. It's going to be a lot less time, but I do think we'll at least get 1 or 2 opportunities from this zone as far as tradability goes. But I think it's worth the risk. And not financial advice, not a financial advisor. That's why you don't sell all your cookie, because in case it does run up, in case it outperforms what you're expecting it to, in case we do something like this over here, where in one day we just move up 122% or more and we exceed everybody's expectations, and the next day we get some follow through. In the events of that, that's why we don't sell all of our cookie, because you never know whenever some crazy stuff can happen. So, but that's where I got my sell orders at. That's where I think we're going to go. And that's where I think we're going to find resistance. I feel like the reason for that is pretty obvious. 0.5 is the next fib level. We've been finding resistance at our 0.5s a lot these days. And you've got resistance support here, resistance here multiple times. It wouldn't blow my mind at all if we went to that area. In fact, what I want to see, hold on. Let's see here. Is there anything that I can take from this? Maybe, let's see. What about this one? No, that won't provide anything. What about this high to low? That's right there next to your 886. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. I think so. That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't think I'd be very surprised if you went too much above 25 cents. I think after looking at this, I'll have to move my highest sell order down. I think 25.36 cents will be the highest point to consider. So I'll probably move it down just below that. Just right around 24 to 25 cents. That's kind of where I'm selling. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you that's what I'm doing, right? If you want to do that on your own, go for it. But that's your decision, not mine. I don't have anything else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I do fully expect that after the price is up here, that we will pull back probably down to these areas here. So if I had one bit of advice above all else to really hold tight would be, if you sell here, if you've already sold and it takes off without you, don't FOMO the top. Please don't FOMO the top. You'll probably have another opportunity to buy back here. Just wait. Just wait. Just be patient. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and go cookie go. That's all I got to say. Bye.